Hello everybody, how's it going? Anyway, I was at school this week, and this has been a really long week with school, and all the classes has been very vigorous. We only got like 4 weeks left of this semester, so things have been really hectic, and that's why I haven't been able to do a video in the last week or so. But anyway, there's something that came to my attention yesterday, and also a couple times during the week at school. A couple of my classmates were complaining, "Oh, it's too much reading, I do not like reading." And I was like, I do not like reading? So why do you want to go to college in the first place? Because that's one of like the principles of going to school, is that you always have to expect there's going to be a lot of reading to do. God, I need something to clean my throat out. And it just amazed me that they were complaining about reading a chapter or two. They're like, "I already got a chapter I got to do for my other class. I got a chapter to do for this other class." And it just amazes me that they can just bitch and complain about reading. And I actually asked them afterwards, I was like, "Okay, now, do you guys like not reading your school books? Or do you just not like reading in general?" And the amazing thing is that actually they said, "I do not like reading at all." They say, "The only reading I ever do is for when I have to do it for my schoolwork. And also if I actually have to when I'm using the computer, or if I need to find something out in the newspaper or anything." So basically, they only read when they absolutely have to. I'm like, "What do you guys do in your free time?" "Oh, I play video games, I watch television, I hang out with friends, I do this and that." And I don't condone any of that. That's cool. That's cool that they do that as well. But they do not read on their off time. And maybe it's just because I like to read a lot. I mean, granted, yes, it's a lot of reading in college. It's a lot to do. But I actually don't mind it to a certain extent. Maybe it's because, I'm learning about something that's interesting. Don't get me wrong, reading all these medical books can be pretty strenuous. But at least I'm getting the knowledge, and I'm learning all this stuff. Okay, that's besides the point. When I'm not doing reading for school, I'm either reading something about what's going on in the news, in the newspaper, because I subscribe to one of the local newspapers around here, and I read that for every day. And when I'm not doing that, I'm also reading other books, and either fictional books but also nonfiction. I just I just enjoy reading for some reason. I don't know if this is because I'm weird, or I don't know. It just amazes me about a lot of my fellow classmates just absolutely despise doing it, and they don't do it as a recreational activity like I do. I know everybody's different, but it just seems like a majority of the people that I'm going to school with just do not read anything other than their school books. But anyway, I just wanted on that topic. I just wanted to say that it seems like a lot of the people these days, in my age group and also even more in the younger age groups, do not enjoy sitting there with a book. Granted, there is a certain percent that do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not generalizing at all. I'm just saying that the specific amount of people that I've actually encountered around my area, a lot of them do not like to read. And granted, I have come across maybe one or two people that are like, "Oh yeah, I do that on my off time as well. Oh yeah, I'm reading this interesting book. Blah 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 blah." So yes, there are people who do enjoy reading who are younger than me, same age as I, and also people older than I. So I just want to get that straight. I'm not trying to generalize, because I'm not saying that everybody in a certain age group doesn't like to read. But anyway, I don't want to get too carried away. But anyway, I thought maybe it would be interesting to show some of the books that actually I've been reading, and some of them that I actually find interesting. Now, I like my fair share of fiction books. I've read a lot, I've read some Dickens. I've read some Mark Twain. I've read even, not, different writers like Stephen King and stuff like that. But I also enjoy a lot of things on science. That's why I like watching things from the Thunderfoot, and then other users on this website do make some pretty decent science and technology videos, and I find them informative. But there are also the wackos. I do not want to name them. It's just that's just silly. But anyway, there are people who, I'm at a loss of words. There are people who look at science a different way, and then they just distort it, and they completely miss the point. And I just don't want to waste my time looking at their videos, and I don't want to name who this is again. I should have come back to it, but anyway, I wanted to show what I've been reading recently. Now, there's this book which is called The Periodic Table, and the author is Primo Levi. Now, when I was last in the UK, maybe like 3.5 months ago, I was last there. I went to, I always enjoy going to like all the little bookshops and stuff, and the city of York is where I was. So I was looking around. I'm looking at all the different bookshops, just seeing what they have, because sometimes I find that literature and some certain books over there are different from what we can find here in the U.S. But anyway, I came across this book, The Periodic Table, again, by Primo Levi. Now, this has been translated from the Italian to English, and I'm actually not too sure if this is actually available in the States or not. But I bought this book for £1.50, and I'm not quite sure what the exchange rate would make go into dollars. I know it'll be a little bit more than that. But anyway, that's a little. I don't know why I put that in there. But anyway, this is a very interesting book. Basically, what this Italian guy here has done, he's actually written a book where he uses 21 chapters, and each of the chapters are named after a chemical element. And it's very interesting because he actually explains a little bit more about the chemical element, and also then he puts in his life story in each chapter, and it just has an interesting relevance. It's a really interesting book. So if you can get it in the U.S., I would strongly suggest that you pick it up. Okay, now this is a book that I really find really, really interesting. It's actually Stephen Hawking and Leonard Mlodinow. I'm probably not pronouncing his name right. It's this newest book called The Grand Design. Now, this is really, really interesting. Now, I've read other things from Stephen Hawking, like A Brief History of Time, and then, other things that he's done, and I find it very, very interesting material. And this is definitely not an exception. This is a really, really good book. And it's, I like the fact that it's actually put into terms that, common people can understand what they're talking about. Yes, they do throw in some technical chemical terms, but for the most part, it's an easy read. So I suggest to anybody who's interested in this type of science and stuff, and technology and stuff, you should pick it up because it's really interesting. And now this is actually a textbook that I actually got from one of my previous semesters. It's physics, and this is a really interesting physics book. And it might seem weird, but I'm reading, textbooks. But it was part of the class, and I really thought that this was a really, really good textbook, and I learned a lot about physics. I found it very, very interesting. Learning how things, work and stuff like that. So anybody who wants to go to school, I would suggest you take a physics class or so, because it's really, really interesting, and it just gives you a broader insight on things. But anyway, hopefully I'm not boring you all. I just wanted to show some things that I've been reading recently and what I find interesting and stuff like that. I don't just read books about science. I like fictional books as well, but this is what I've been reading mainly, and it's really, really an interest to me. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Not for now. Anyway, thanks very much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. And I guess I'll be seeing you soon. Again, this week has been very, very crazy. I only got 3 or 4 weeks left of school in this semester, and it's been very vigorous work, and it's been taking a lot of my time. So please bear with me. I will put out a video as soon as I possibly can. And maybe if I get some extra time and there's something that I really want to talk about, I'll take out my camera and make something for you guys. So hopefully this has been entertaining to you. I enjoy talking about it a little bit. And please leave a comment or anything like that. And just let me know, everybody, how you been. I haven't heard much from you guys at all. So I would appreciate it if you left me a comment telling me how you've been, and I just would be really interested in that. But anyway, thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and have a good day.